something just occurred to me. Don't think about where you've been. Think about where you want to be. This is going to be a video about regret, right? Because I have a lot of regrets. A lot. But I've started putting myself in the mindset of, I don't think about where I've been. I think about where I want to be. If you think about where you're going instead of where you've been, then you will start to act and behave with the mannerisms of someone who already has what it is that they want in the first place. That's how manifestation actually works. It's not magic. It's not, I think of this thing and then it happens, right? It doesn't work that way. There's no such thing as a genie. That's not reality. What it really is, in the neuroscience behind manifestation, is that you think in your mind, this is what I want. This is the thing that I want to achieve. And then you start moving and acting and behaving in such a way that you already have the thing that it is that you desire in the first place. It just hasn't manifested itself into the physical world. That is what is going to cause you to take action. The reason that people don't take action, and the reason that I, myself, for so many years, have not taken the proper action and the proper steps towards the things that I want, at least not long term, right? I have a history of, I used to, that's another key word, used to, right? Because I don't say it in the present tense anymore. I say it in past tense. Because it reinforces this idea that I don't do this anymore. All right? And that's an important thing to keep in mind, right? I think in terms of like present tense, right? So I'll say things like, I used to do this, or I used to do that. I used to behave in this way. Because if I say, I behave in this way, or I have a tendency to behave in this way, then it reinforces that behavior, and I'll continue to act as the person who has made these mistakes, right? I'll continue to act and behave in a way that I regret. And that's what keeps people in a perpetual cycle. That's why alcoholics continue to drink. That's why people who get into bad relationships continue to get into bad relationships, because they don't have the discernment to be able to read the room. You know what I mean? So if you say to yourself, I don't do this anymore, instead I do this, then it puts that into the present tense, and it ingrains it in your mind. This is what we do now. People beat themselves up over the past because they personally identified with past behavior and past experiences. And that's what keeps them on a hamster wheel. And that's what keeps them making the same fucking mistakes over and over and over again. But if you say to yourself, nah, I don't do that anymore. This is what we do now. This is where I want to be, and this is how I'm going to get there. That's how you achieve your dreams. Most people don't do that. Most people, they just kind of accept their situation. That's like 99% of people. They just sort of accept, this is the way life is, this is the way my life is, and it's never really going to change. It doesn't even occur to them that they could change. It doesn't even occur to most people that their situation could change. They just think to themselves, well, this is just how it is. This is just how I am. This is just who I am. It's not. It doesn't have to be. Whether you believe that you can or whether you believe that you can't, you're right. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you got kids. It doesn't matter if you're divorced. It doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. What matters is, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? And what am I going to do from this point moving forward? That's all that matters. Your past results, hell, even your present results, have absolutely nothing to do with what's going to happen from this point moving forward. It has nothing to do with any of it. I honestly, I swear to God, bro, I swear to God, put it on everything. I am not interested in the past at all. I'm not interested in the past. It's gone. It's over. It's done with. What the hell do I need to focus on the past for? There is absolutely nothing I can do to change it. And the real kick in the face is that the past doesn't even exist. That's the crazy part. It doesn't exist. Because when the past did exist, it was the present. So you are fixating on memories that technically don't even exist. That's something that a lot of people don't think about. It exists in the sense that you can remember of it, that you can remember it, that you have recollection of it, and it's a reference point, right? So the past has its place, but it only has its place in the sense that you can look back on it and say one of two things to yourself. You can say, okay, this worked for me at one point. And if it still works, if you think that it could still work, if you repeat a certain action or do a certain thing that you did in the past that worked in your favor, you're like, okay, this worked for me once before and it's probably going to work again. Then you can repeat that action. Or if it was a mistake, then you say to yourself, never again, I shouldn't have done this. What do I do now? But another reason, and this is something that I don't think enough people really talk about or acknowledge, the biggest reason that people fixate on the past, and I know that this has been the case for me for a long time, they convince themselves that if they would have made a different choice, that they would be better off. But is that really objective fact? Do you know that for a fact? Do you know that if you would have made a different choice or you wouldn't have made that wrong turn, that you would actually be in a better spot? I mean, you might be, but yet again, you might not be. If it was a financial decision, a bad financial decision, you would probably be in a better spot. But even then, it's like, well, you learned from that experience, so it was useful. It's only not useful, and it's only bad if you don't learn from it. If you don't learn anything from it, and you don't take any lesson from it, and you just repeat the same mistake over and over and over again, or the same type of mistakes over and over and over again, that's when it becomes bad. But if you reframe it in your mind of, I did this bad thing, I made this bad choice, I made this mistake and I learned from it, and this is what I do now as a result, then it's actually a good thing. It's a positive. I only look at the past as a net positive because that's the only healthy way to look at the past. It's the only healthy framework to have. If I look at my present if I look at my past results from that lens, then that's what's going to propel me forward. Not and then, looking at it from a present tense, it's like, I don't like this situation that I'm currently in. Okay, so what do I do to fix it? What steps can I take today and for the rest of my life that are eventually going to get me to a place where my situation looks different. You know, you can say to yourself, I don't like the situation that I'm in, so I'm going to stew in it and I'm going to bathe in it and I'm just going to ruminate and lay around and mope around and feel sorry for myself. That's an option. Or you can say, I don't like the situation that I'm in, so I'm going to change it. And this is what I'm going to do moving forward in order to fix it. So it's just a thought. This is going to be video 1 of my walk and talk series. Although I think I've done one of these before. If I've done another walk and talk, yeah, I think I did one when I was still living in Arizona. So this might be the second one. But regardless, if this isn't my first, which I don't think it is, then I'll pick back up on the walk and talk series. And if it is my first, this is my first video of many more to come of my walk and talk series. I'm going to make them a thing. It'll probably be like every other video that I do it. So yeah, I don't know. For some reason, like when I'm walking, I get really, really inspired to say shit. I get more inspired when I'm walking through nature specifically, because this is like my safe haven. I get more inspired to like talk about positive shit. So that's where we're at right now. Because I really don't like negativity. I don't like to be around negative people. I don't like negative talk. So, yeah. There will be many more of these to come. And I hope you all stay tuned for it. And if you like this video, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you did not enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And kiss my ass and eat it while you're at it. And as always, I will see you all in the next Walk and Talk. Peace, love, and light.